Hey guys, girls, this is Poketin King here, and we're back this time with Crucible of War. So if you haven't already checked out the videos, we've opened up a box of Welcome to Wraith, Arcane Rising, and now we're opening up some Crucible of War, which is my favourite set. So this was the first supplemental set of Flesh and Blood. The supplemental set is basically a lot of reprints, and new cards of course, that are basically designed to kind of ensure that the game stays consistent, and card prices aren't through the roof for cards you need in your deck. So the next set that's coming out, actually, Everfest, is a supplemental set. So the boxes will be smaller because you get less cards. So you get the same amount of booster packs, but instead of 15 cards you get 10 because it's not meant to be drafted. So I'll open this up. The seals also are not a bit annoying on these because normally boxes you can rip the seal open, but I'm going to need a knife for this one. So it's been a little while since I've opened some Crucible of War. It's the set that got me into Flesh and Blood, really. When I first saw the opening, I was really intrigued. Just the artwork of this box is just really nice. I always have trouble getting into this one. Beautiful. So one of the big things that I like about Crucible of War is the pull tab. It makes opening packs a lot easier and there's less cards. So for someone who opens a lot of packs, it's a dream. So let's start going through all this. So first off, so the foil is before, rather than the first two sets which you've seen before, where it's before. So we got a foil Mandible Claw, Dauntless, and Russian River. If you're used to watching Pokemon openings, people don't do card tricks in Flesh and Blood. It's not something that's done. I suppose you probably could do if you wanted the foil at the end, but you can still potentially get some really good cards behind the foil. So we have a foil Chokeslam, Crane Dance, and Towering Titan. So there's nothing specific that we're looking through from this set. Art Knight Shard would always be nice to pull my first Fabled. Any of the legendaries. Another Shiana would be nice. So we have a foil Sleep Dart, Zephyr Needle, and a Cashin. So yeah, Everfest is out very, very soon. Spoiler season is starting. Really excited to see what reprints and new cards we're going to see and what support in Everfest. It's a carnival theme, which is really cool. Okay, so we got Dorinthia, Meridian Skies, which are rare. So we are still yet to see a Majestic. So it is, yeah, carnival themed, and it's the first Flesh and Blood set where the box is completely paper and all the packs are. So it's 100% recyclable, which is fantastic. Great idea. I'm really excited to kind of see what they're like. So we have a foil Consuming Volition. Very scary card. Okay, so we got our first Majestic, which is Snag. And Cinder and Forsyth. So I'll sleeve that up. Very brutal card, as a lot of cards are in Flesh and Blood. So if you don't know the reason for the name of Flesh and Blood, it's not because of a really gruesome card game, it's because the intent is that the card game is played in Flesh and Blood. That was one of the big aims of James White when he started this card game. Very nice foil. Harmonized Kodachi and Meridian Skies. So as I said earlier, I do have a Shiana, but mine didn't grade the grade that I would like, so I am after one myself. I pulled a couple of legendaries now out of Crucible. I pulled the Tunic as well. Oh, okay, so we already have a Majestic foil, Plasma Purifier, Cinder and Forsyth, and a Reinforcer Lion. Very nice indeed. Don't know if I have this one. It's a very nice one indeed. Mechanologist. This video will probably be slightly shorter than the first two openings because of the less cards per pack. So we got Barrage and Bighorn for our foil. We got a Majestic Heron's Flight even, and a Crane Dance. The real, I guess, nice when you open up a Crucible of War pack is when you get a Majestic foil and then it's followed by a Majestic. So there are no super rares in this set. Super rares were kind of abolished in this set. Obviously, we're in Welcome to Wraith and Arcane Rising if you've seen those two videos so far. So we have a foil Snapback, Centauri Saber, and a Rock Slide Trap. Let's put these on top. The bonus as well of opening Crucible of War is you get a lot less bulk, which is a big issue. And I say this in every single video. If you are in the UK and you're interested in playing, and there's some cards you need to build a deck, or you just kind of want to play test, drop me a message. I'm happy to send a load of cards you need for your, obviously they're not legendaries and stuff, but commons and rares and such, for you to be able to sort of play test. Yeah. So we got Lunge and Press and Tripwire Trap as our rares. Just pay the postage fees and I'll send them out to you. We want to get as many people interested in the card game, because once you start playing or collecting, whether or whatever you are, you'll get hooked. I play a little bit. I haven't played for a little while now, but I do know how to play. We've got Majestic Rattlebones and a Russian River. But I have played a few times down my LCS. I'm quite lucky in the sense that I have 3 card game stores around where I live, so 2 of which host Flesh and Blood evenings. Both do armour events. I unfortunately work most nights, so I don't get the chance to go down there as often as I'd like. So we have a Kassaya Centauri Sellsword, which is one of the heroes, and a Marine Skies. So I'm not going to talk too much about Everfest because I'm not entirely sure if you are trying to go completely spoiler free, but they have announced a couple of the heroes, and they've announced just a couple of cards. It's mostly they've been sort of spoiling not the cards themselves, but what kind of cards we could be getting in the set on their Twitter, which is quite cool. And then the way that they do the spoil season is a lot of content creators kind of like over the course of a week. Oh, nice. We got a foil KO, Berserker run, and we have Majestic, Mangle, and Pitfall. I like seeing these foil heroes. Very nice. They're not worth a load, but they're really collectible, and you know, why wouldn't you want your hero as in foil? Yeah, so a lot of the content creators kind of will release stuff over the course of the spoiler season. So they're all sort of involved, which I think is really cool. It's a nice little touch. I mean, Legend Story Studios are very much pro. They don't necessarily advertise themselves, but they definitely work with content creators to kind of get the word out, and with card game stores, they're very pro LCS, which is fantastic. You know, especially during the pandemic and stuff, a lot of the LCSs are really struggling, obviously, where they couldn't get people in. So, but Legend Story Studios does a lot to help card game stores with the armour events, which so I think it's every 3 months. There's different prize pools, so different mats, promos, etc., which are really cool. The mats specifically are just absolutely amazing, the play mats. Got a couple of play mats myself. So we got a rare foil Cinder and Force Scythe. One of these days I'll pull Fabled. I think everybody that opens Flesh and Blood says that. I've definitely opened probably close to 100 boxes now. So I'm definitely due one, I would say. Very nice Sensei. That's a really nice foil. I think this is a Japanese print of cards as well. So most of the cards are made in Belgium, but they've also get made in USA and Japan. It's you can kind of tell a little bit by the way that the cards are made, that ever so slightly different. Oh, nice. So we have a string board, some sort, and a Coax Commotion. So this is Louis' Kitchen Table TCG's favourite card for a while. This is his favourite set, and he's always talking about PvE, and he talks about Coax Commotion a lot, which is kind of if PvE ever's done, I believe it's going to get done, but when it does, that's definitely a card that's going to be really useful in it. It's a really cool card anyway, and I believe Everfest has got their kind of own version. So, very nice indeed. Oh, nice. So we got a foil Rune Chant, which I did talk about in the last opening. Very nice. I pulled them before. People that obviously use Rune Blade tokens in their deck, you would rather have a foil version because it's such a nice card for a common. It's a very pretty card, so I always like to keep those aside. So we are down to our last 5 packs. So can we get anything mental? By mental, I mean, please can we get a Fabled or a Legendary? Obviously, the risk of opening loose booster boxes is that you don't know if the Legendary's already been pulled from that case. So it is generally 1 Legendary per case. I've heard of there being more than 1 per case, but it is quite rare. So we have a foil, another token actually, which is copper. And 2 rares. Very nice. That's a generic token. If you let me know in the comments below what kind of other content you'd like to see on this channel. Obviously I'm going to do a collection video and binder videos and such. But I will be posting other openings like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering. And we got 2 rares. And I will get a little bit better at these openings over time. I used to upload quite frequently, but my schedule with work doesn't allow for very much free time to do openings as such, but I always appreciate the chance when I do get to do some openings. And especially record them as well. So we are down to our last 2 packs. So we've got no foil Majestics so far. Hopefully we can get one in the last 2. Oh no, we did get 1 foil Majestic even, sorry. Well, hopefully we can get a second one. So Overblast, which is a foil common, and 2 rares. So we're down to our final pack. So our foil is just a common, but we do get another Majestic, which is quite cool. Always happy to pull Majestics. And we got a red liner Ranger weapon, just 2-handed. Nice for Azalea. So if we do a quick recap, we did get 7 Majestics, which is pretty good. We got 1 foil, and we've got I'm keeping these aside because they are, I'd call them as desirable foils. I usually do this with equipment as well. But yeah, so very nice opening. Thank you all for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe if you'd like to see more content. And see you later.